Today's learning is sponsored by David Rose, in memory of his father, Chana Moshe ben Reuven Halevi. To sponsor a day of learning, send me an email. Okay, we're on Kilayim Perek Tet, Mishnah Aleph. Perek Tet, Mishnah Aleph. Now, until now, we've learned about all different kinds of Kilayim. We've learned about Kilayim Behima, we've learned about Kilayim Zra'im, we've learned about Kilayim Geffen, vineyards and grass and plants and all that kind of stuff. Now we're going to turn to Kilayim Begadim, where the Torah says, here we go. Torah says, Lo tilbash Sha'atnez, semer upishtim yachtav. You can't wear Sha'atnez, semer and pishtim, which is semer, wool, and linen together, as we all know. That's what we call Sha'atnez. The Mishnah never calls it Sha'atnez. The Mishnah calls it Kilayim. Just simply Kilayim HaBeged. Says the Mishnah. And I found my other Mishnah, you might notice the format has changed. I found a new format, which I actually like better, because you have the Bartanura is smaller, so you can distinguish between the Mishnah and the Bartanura. So I hope this works for you. Let's see if hopefully it works better. It says the Mishnah, Ein asur mishum kilayim ela tzemer upishtim. The only thing prohibited for kilay begadim is tzemer, wool, upishtim. Pishtim is flax, clothes made from linen, wool and linen, as we all know. Ve'ino mitamei benegaim ela tzemer upishtim. Tumat negaim are begadim, clothing that the Torah says that you can get tzarat on your clothes. So the Mishnah says the only clothing you get tzarat on is not cotton shirts, but only wool or linen. The only materials used for the clothing of the Kohanim in the Beit HaMikdash are wool and linen. What are they? So the Bartanura says, okay, En Kohanim lovshim l'shamesh b'mikdash ela tzemer upishtim. The Bigdei Kohanim Ktiv, it says sheish ubad. Sheish ubad is who pishtan. She'oleh bad bebad, that's flax, okay? That's bad bebad. That comes up bad bebad. I think it means, bad is kind of material, clothing and clothing. Klomar, kaneh yechidi mikol garin. One reed from every seed. Ve'en shnei okanim olim migarin echad. And no two reeds come from one seed when you plant linen. Ubavnet k'tiv, and the avnet is the hat. It says tchelet ve'argama v'tolat shani. What are all those things? Tchelet is tzemer tzavua b'dam chilazon. It's wool dyed, blue of a chilazon. Argaman, that's a red. Tzemer tzavua b'dam edom. Sheshmo argaman. And tolat shani is tzemer tzavua b'tzava edom. That's called karmazi or whatever. So we see that the big day kahuna, the clothing that were worn in the Beit HaMikdash, is only tzemer upishtim. Says the Mishnah, tzemer gmalim, v'tzemer rechelim. So we're talking about tzemer rechelim, sheep wool. What if I took wool from camels and wool from sheep? Shetarfam zebezeh. I mixed them together. So I wove them together. When you weave wool, right? If you've ever seen somebody spin, they spin the wool, they spin the cotton, they spin it, and they mix it together. So I wove it together. Says the Mishnah, Imrov min hagmalim mutar. If the majority is from camel wool, then mutar. Then it's not a problem to mix it with, if I mixed it with flax, with pishtim, with linen. But if the majority is from rechelim, from sheep, asur. Now remember, they didn't have massive cotton crops. They had wool and they had linen. So wool was very warm, as you know, very sweaty. Linen is very wonderful, and so each material, as we all well know, has its benefits. So most Jews, interestingly, don't really wear linen because we're afraid of Sha'atnez, because most material, most threads, if you have a linen suit, it's almost impossible to get a linen suit that's not some kind of Sha'atnez. So Jews stay away from it. Linen breathes and is much more comfortable. Wool is much warmer, so you could understand why in their times, as we're going to see, there was a lot of Sha'atnez around. There was you bought material, most of it was Sha'atnez. Only the Jews didn't wear Sha'atnez. Everybody else, what do they care? Says the Mishnah, mechza the mechza, but it's 50-50. If you have a 50-50 mix of wool and linen, asur. V'chein hapishtan ve'akanvus. Same thing as pishtan. Canvas is hemp. So hemp is we know what hemp is. It's I don't know. Maybe I'm sure they use the leaves for other materials, but the stalks they would then process into some kind of into strips, and that they would use it to make material, to make cloth. So pishtan v'kanvus shetarfan zebezeh, that you mix each other. If it's half and half, then it's asur. If it's a majority kanvus, then you can mix it with wool, and it's not a problem. And it's not a problem of Sha'atnez, of Kilayim Beged. Okay, we'll stop here. If you have any comments or questions, rspolter@gmail.com, and we'll dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.